City leaders coming together to talk about how they can curb violence in Savannah. Business owners and residents hearing from them today at the Savannah Downtown Business Association luncheon. This after a string of shootings, most notably the mass shooting in Ellis Square weeks ago. WSAV's Sarah Smith joining us live steps away from where that shooting happened. Sarah, what solutions did city leaders come to?
Well, Ben, it was an emotional and heavy discussion today. Many of those leaders saying they just want to steer the youth away from this violence. As we know, all of those individuals who are arrested related to this mass shooting here in Ellis Square range from 18 to 30 years old. Alderwoman Linda Wilder Bryant making an emotional statement today. Take a listen.
It's too easy to kill here in Savannah.
Alderwoman Linda Wilder Bryant calling for the gun violence in Savannah to end. She knows all too well what it feels like to lose a child to gun violence. Her son was shot at the age of 23 on August 7th, 2015. As the mass shooting in Ellis Square and other recent shootings are still at the front of many people's minds, she says action needs to be taken.
We've heard the DAs talk about process and policy. We need to talk about practice.
Savannah Police Department Assistant Chief Robert Gavin in the hot seat as members of the Savannah Downtown Business Association asked him and other leaders how they're responding to these crimes.
We want people to come downtown and have a good time, but we also found that there's people that come downtown towards the end of the night that want to cause problems, and so we try to keep people moving.
Last year at this time there was just one homicide. This year so far 12.
Visibility is another key. We're getting our officers to spend a little more time in the doorways, out in front of businesses that they're working at off duty to augment the officers that we have moving through downtown.
District Attorney Shalina Cook-Jones questioned about the young people who are out on bond committing these violent crimes.
Many people think that bond issues are decided by the district attorney. They are not. They are ultimately decided by the judge presiding over the case.
As far as the Ellis Square shooting, 6 people were arrested. Enrique Street, a 21-year-old, is still at large. Assistant Chief Gavin says crimes like this can happen within seconds, but SPD's presence throughout the city and through camera systems will remain.
We're pushing our officers to make sure that when they see the smaller things, that they try to interact earlier, faster, to try and quell some of these small fights or arguments before they get worse.
Now, Gavin added that while there is violence here in Savannah right now, Savannah is not a, quote, violent city. Now, here are some of the solutions that were discussed. Investing in the youth and programs for them, in community and business involvement, like linking security cameras with SPD's flock camera system and making sure that people who are out on bond do not have a criminal record. Reporting live in Savannah, Sarah Smith, WSAV News 3 on your side.